Welcome to United by Trucks. I'm Robbie, and today we've got an update on UBTK5's chassis. All right, welcome back to United by Trucks. We're back on the UBTK5 build today. We're actually headed out to Mike Howe's of How's It Doing Garage, who's got our chassis. He's doing some suspension work on it. And in the last episode, we were just dropping it off, showing you a little bit around his garage, showing you some of the parts that we're gonna be using. And in an effort to save time, because we don't have a lot of time, we're trying to have this chassis done and completed, or at least mostly completed, save probably the air management system by October 26th so we can unveil it in Oakboro, North Carolina at C10 Fall Revival. We've had to elicit some help. As I've admitted before, I'm not a welder. I don't know a lot about bag suspensions. I've certainly never set up a 4-link or a Watts link. So we've assembled, you know, the best parts we could find, and definitely some of the best talent we could find to help us get this thing done. So we're headed back out to Mike's today, and I think he's made probably a little bit of progress. The last time you saw an update was just a day ago, so I think he's probably started tearing into it a little bit more. We're gonna probably get our hands a little bit dirty, film a little bit of what he's got going on, and talk a little bit more about what we're doing on the chassis. So y'all stay tuned. We'll see you at Mike's. All right, guys, so we're back at Mike's How's It Doing Garage. We got a whole host of characters over here. They don't want to be on camera, but we got one that's definitely gonna be on camera here in a minute. Mike's getting used to the camera, but the whole time Mike and I have been friends, or we've met over the last couple of weeks and been hanging out, he has been talking to me about some really cool old school wheels that he was about to get. Well, when we were all in North Carolina this weekend, he went and picked them up. So he's about to show them to me right here, because I couldn't remember what they looked like, and I even held off from looking them up because, I don't know, I just wanted to be surprised. Thought it'd be cool to not remember what they look like and see them right here. So Mike's gonna show them to us. I'm ready for this. You gotta give us the full rundown on these things too. Oh my gosh.
They're 20 by 10 Boyd Coddington arms. And,
these almost look like the wheels that were on that K5 I sent you, right?
Yeah, those were,
what did you say those were?
Those were intros.
Man. Those are sick. So they're 2010s all the way around?
No, they're 18 by...
That falls, the phone starts ringing.
They're 18 by 7s in the front, 20 by 10s in the rear.
Yeah, these things
it's got like a
shit.
6-inch lid for the rear. And they're a true directional wheel too. So there's a right and a left wheel.
Man,
most directional wheels will have like two of the same wheel, so one side of the truck the wheel will always be spinning in the wrong direction. Right. Where these are a true directional wheel, so each side has its own wheel.
Dude, these are crazy cool. When do you think these were last produced?
I couldn't even tell you. I think, well, when I got into the mini trucking thing, like 08, was when I wanted a set of these wheels. So I mean, it's been a while.
So how'd you end up getting them?
Some guy posted them on Facebook Marketplace, and he was like, set of Boyds. So I messaged him. I was like, hey man, I got a guy in the club that's coming over to look at them wheels.
Yeah, man. And yeah, because they weren't even over here. They were in where?
Phoenix, Arizona.
Phoenix, Arizona. That's legit. That's cool.
Guy from our car club went and looked at them and said, yeah man, they're pretty good. Need tires, but... So then I PayPal'd the dude the money and had them shipped over here. Went and picked them up in North Carolina from my buddy's house.
Well, next question. What are you going to put these things on?
I'm going to put them on the Wounded Zebra.
The Wounded Zebra. Yeah. That would be the square body S10, right? Just got introduced to that truck this morning in the video. Of course, this is probably going to drop later than that, but...
That truck needs some love.
Dude, these will definitely give it some love.
Yeah, we're going to have to narrow the frame. Narrow the rear end. And with all that, I'm probably going to end up just building a whole new frame for it instead of cutting the frame that's already under it all up, because it's a good frame. It's just the shell around the frame looks like booty, but the frame underneath it's really good. So we're just going to save the frame for another S10 and then build a whole custom frame for it and put these dudes on it.
You got any idea how you'll do that? Like what you'll start with as a framework for that?
I'll probably start with an S10 front sub because I already have like a set of ThorBros control arms. I already got a no notch tie rod kit or a little shop tie rod kit for it, and we'll just 3/4 frame it and do like a crazy 4-link and stuff on it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep a bed floor in it or not because everybody kind of.
You're covering up some beauty if you do that, right?
Yeah, everybody kind of calls me the bed floor guy, so.
You have worked on a few bed floors that I've seen that look unbelievable.
I've done a few of them, that's for sure.
Well, these wheels are cool, man. I can't wait to see them on the Wounded Zebra.
Yeah, it'll be sweet.
All right, guys, so we're taking a look at Mike's awesome new wheels. It's going to be going on the, is it a Wounded Zebra? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's called the Wounded Zebra.
You got to give me a little insight on that name.
Well, it's got really crappy Geico paint on it. So Phil called it the Wounded Zebra, and then Jeremy made me stickers for it, and now it's the Wounded Zebra.
The Wounded Zebra. All right, well, we're here on the UBTK5 now because I don't have any sort of cool name like Wounded Zebra. You guys have seen Mike and Wesley, Trey. They've been in here just working on this thing. I hadn't even had time to come over here and lend a hand. I mean, it's been like a week. And we've gotten this far, or they've gotten this far, I should say. So Mike, give us a rundown, man. What have y'all been up to?
Well, we got most of all the old crap off the frame. We got the gas tank cross member out that was in here. The old spring perches are gone. The old shock doodad that was over there is gone. The body mounts are gone, but we're going to put them back on. I had to take them off to do some work and stuff in here. All the front spring perch holes and everything, instead of like welding all that crap up and wasting all that time filling all them little tiny holes that were in there, we just put the gusset on there, which helps because we don't want to weld that big bracket on the side of that really thin old school frame. So plenty of reinforcement in there. We got the other cross member out in front of there. Then we got the 4-link airbag mount and everything built up, frame boxed in around the notch. We're not going to use the whole notch. Basically, this is where it's going to be all the time, like aired out. This is how far up the axle is going to come. And then we're going to build a bump stop and everything on there to keep from squishing the crap out of the bag. Got the Watts link tacked onto the axle, and then we're getting ready to build the bars and stuff off the Watts link.
So what are you thinking about for how are you going to mount the shock?
The shock, what we're going to probably end up doing, space allowing, is we're going to put the shock here as straight up down as we possibly can get it. Probably going to end up taking a piece of pipe like so with a couple tabs off it, a little gusset off the bottom. We're going to try and tuck that shock in right here and keep it nice and clean and clutter free looking.
Yeah, it seems like there's plenty of room and it's a good sort of up and down angle there.
Yeah.
And guys, just so y'all don't beat me up in the comments, I know y'all want me to lay something out, but we're not laying this thing out yet. Well, we're not laying this out. We're going to lay something else out.
Lay out like a 14-inch wheel.
So, we've got a modest little notch there, and it's because we don't want to lose the cargo area. We don't want to raise the floor. I need this thing to haul some stuff, haul my kids, haul the luggage, haul the merch stuff. So, this thing's going to have a cool hot rod stance, aired out, some good rake. But this thing's going to be built to tow, built to haul, and I'm pumped about all this work. So Mike's saying another week, and we're probably going to be all set up. Doing burnouts, yeah. Flintstone burnouts. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in to United by Trucks. As you can see, Mike and the gang have gotten a ton of stuff done on UBTK5. He's saying it's going to be another week and it's going to be done. And like I said, I hadn't even had time to come over here and help out or anything like that. He's doing it so quickly. He's just knocking it out himself, him and these two back here. So really appreciate them for helping out, getting this thing ready to bring to you guys, show you the rolling chassis, October 26th in Oakboro, North Carolina at the C10 Fall Revival. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider doing that. definitely hit the thumbs up button if you like what you've seen here, and comment below. Let us know what you think about the progress that Mike and team have made on the rear suspension of the chassis. We're super pleased. We can't wait to see it done. We'll catch you next time on United by Trucks. Cue the music.